Good Thursday morning. It's 10 o'clock. We're going to take a look at your weather here as we head towards the weekend and then on beyond that into next week. Looks like the weekend's going to be pretty dry but hot. We get rid of some of these rain showers and thunderstorms we've been seeing. We get a little bit more sunshine. We get back up into the lower 90s, and that's our typical high for this time of year. Our average high is around 91 right now, so we're finally getting kind of back up to where we should be, which I don't think a lot of people are too excited about. Just wait till July and August. That's when it starts to really get up there. We get those afternoon highs at 94, 95 range, and that heat index up there around 110. Today, the heat index more likely be around, say, 101 to maybe 103, somewhere in that range. Still, you'll need to take care, take some breaks out in the heat, get into the AC, and of course, stay hydrated as always with water. Alcoholic beverages or adult beverages, they don't keep you hydrated. I hate to say that, even though some people believe that. It's not true. You need some water inside your system. All right, we do have a phone number that you can text if you have any questions during this stream, or you have a question that comes to mind either whatever time of day. You can text it to this phone line, and we do check the phone line periodically, not only when we're streaming, but from time to time, and we can text you back and answer your question. But it's 409-749-9302, 409-749-9302. So write that down, and one day you're like, I wonder if the weather's going to do this. I wonder what's going to be happening, whatever. So, oh, wait a minute. Let me text the meteorologist and have them answer me back. So yeah, remember that phone number, and we will try to get back to you as quick as we can. Like I said, we check it periodically. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the day forecast. We'll go with this partly to maybe mostly cloudy at times today. About 30% coverage of a few showers, isolated thunderstorm, but most of it's just a little bit of shower activity, I think, for this afternoon. We will get up to around 90, 91 for later on this afternoon, so it'll be hot. That humidity is there. We'll see that heat index in the lower 100s today, so take care. By 6 o'clock, we drop back into the upper 80s and still around 80 at 10 o'clock as we head towards this evening. So it's going to be warm. If you typically go out for a walk after work, maybe just walking the dog after work, maybe grab a little bottle of water to take with you, and maybe a little, you ever see those collapsible bowls? Maybe take one of those for the dog as well and give him a little sip as you're making your way around the neighborhood, something like that, because it's going to be very warm and humid for this evening. All right, typically we take a look at a few sky cams. We'll start off at Packer the Prairie downtown here in Beaumont as we look towards the Port of Beaumont, and you can see partly cloudy skies we have out there, a few darker clouds, maybe with a couple of showers here and there for today. Our Roofy 911 live Skycam network currently showing 87 degrees at Packer the Prairie downtown. And look at that humidity, 74%, so you know it's sticky out there. And then we jump over to our 12 News studio camera. This camera brought you by Mid-County Plumbing, looking at the I-10 as we look off towards the north. And once again, partly mostly cloudy skies. See a little blue here and there, though. There is some blue out there. And our Roofy 911 Live Skycam network from right here looks like maybe even off to the left hand of your screen could be a little bit of a shower there. Like I said, there'll be a couple of showers around today. It's not going to be completely dry, but nothing like we had last week or nothing like we saw earlier this week when we had, gosh, what, 2 to 4 inches of rain in just one day. We're not going to see that today. We'll see little hit and miss showers that pop up here and there. Take you over to Southwest Louisiana, Lake Charles. Our Roofy 911 Live Skycam network over there at the port of Lake Charles. Once again, same type of deal. Partly to mostly cloudy skies. See a little dark cloud here and there with maybe a little bit of a sprinkle, a little bit of light rain. Just a nice hot afternoon setting up across southeast Texas. Typical summer type really look out there, as we typically see on a regular summer type day, maybe a 20-30% chance of a couple of showers. A little bit of a sea breeze kicks in and it kicks up a few showers here and there. And a few bugs. I saw a couple of bugs fly by the camera there. And last stop here, we'll stop over at Orange at the Horseman's Western Store. And look at that, already showing almost 90 degrees in Orange here at 10 o'clock in the morning. Humidity at 72%. And we're seeing a little bit of a northwesterly wind at about 3, but that's been shifting west and southwest for this morning. Looks like construction over there in Orange is not looking bad. Things are going through there pretty smoothly. You can tend to run into some troubles over there some days as the traffic gets backed up. All right, let's take a look at temperatures. We're showing officially 94. We've been talking about that temperature gauge over there may be running a little hot these days, but yeah, showing 94 in orange. Everywhere else, we have temperatures into the middle to lower 80s, so maybe upper 80 there in Port Arthur at 87. But 84 in Jasper, also 84 here in Beaumont. Now that 84 in Beaumont is out of the Municipal Airport west of town. That 87 in Port Arthur is at the Jack Brooks Regional Airport. So those are kind of official readings there. Sealsby's at 85. Kirbyville, good morning there, 83. And then Woodville currently showing a number there at about 84 degrees on this Thursday morning. Now on radar, we've already been seeing a couple of showers here and there. Haven't been very many, but there have been a couple. You can see one now. Probably the largest shower we have is over there in Liberty County. But if we zoom in a little bit, you can see a couple of showers also here in southeast Texas. One right near Deweyville, a little heavy downpour. Looks like maybe northwest of town, or that northwestern corner there of Deweyville, getting a little bit of a downpour. And then just to the west of Beaumont, we're seeing a little bit of a downpour in the western suburbs of Beaumont. And then a little bit of a shower, looks like maybe a little bit closer towards Vidor, not quite up there towards Pine Forest. But so there are a couple isolated showers, and we're going to be seeing these pop up as we go throughout the day. So that's why we have that 20-30% chance of a shower here or there popping up. And these don't stick around long. They've been moving off the Gulf of Mexico and moving north fairly quickly, and about as quick as they pop up, they start to die down. They rain themselves out fairly quickly. So one of these deals where you have to kind of stick inside, go inside for about 10 minutes or so, and then they'll be gone. So that's kind of what we're going to see for today. There's that one shower, like I said, in the western parts of Beaumont, right in the western suburbs of Beaumont. Now, here's radar, and you can see these showers as they come off the Gulf of Mexico. You can see they're very spotty. They pop up, and then they work their way northward. And once they get on shore, they don't stick around too long. Typically, you don't see too many of these make it all the way up into the lakes area. Usually, they'll make it up towards the triangle, and then they'll die down. Every once in a while, you'll see one come on, like that one over towards Liberty County, and then it'll actually get a little bit bigger, and it'll probably die down over the next 30 minutes or so. So they're out there. That's why we go with, like I said, the 20-30% chance of a shower out there for not only this morning, but through the afternoon. So don't be surprised you're driving out for lunch, you run into a quick shower, and then it disappears. All right, let's look at the regional view, and you can see these little bitty showers all along the Texas coastline. And we'll continue to see that as that moisture kind of comes in from the Gulf of Mexico. Most of the state is quiet though. Lots of sunshine, not too much cloud cover across the Lone Star State. But you can't help but notice over my shoulder a big cluster of showers and thunderstorms working its way into northern parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and even a little bit over towards Georgia. I bet there's some wind with this as it kind of bows out into parts of central Alabama and also down towards Jackson. It looks like it's through Birmingham, heading down towards Montgomery, and then some more activity northern parts of Mississippi. So there are some thunderstorms in the deep south here. Luckily, they're not for us. We don't have to deal with that. Let's take an expanded view across the U.S. and see what's going on. Looks like there's some activity up towards the Great Lakes, up into Canada, back into parts of Michigan. They're seeing some scattered showers. Also looks like towards the Twin Cities, maybe on northern parts of Minnesota, have a little bit of rain. East Coast, for the most part, looks pretty dry right along the coast. Not too much activity. It's these showers over the deep south here into parts of Alabama, Mississippi. It looks like maybe West Virginia getting a few showers, as well as the Tennessee Valley there. Midwest, for the most part, looking pretty quiet. Not much going on. And then the West Coast, oh, I can hear the shower outside. That shower I just showed you on radar, I can hear it now right over our station. So we're getting a little bit of rain here at the station right now. Anyway, if you look out towards the western states, very quiet. Rocky Mountain states, nothing going on there. And of course, the West Coast also very quiet, which is typical for summer. Usually you don't see too much going on there. All right, let's look at our futurecast. Futurecast showing some of these scattered showers at 1 o'clock as we head towards 3:30. We'll continue to see these pop up through the afternoon. A shower here or there. It just depends on where you are and when you're there, whether you're going to get one of those or not. Now by 7 o'clock, we lose kind of the heating of the day. Those will start to die down. We'll see temperatures falling back down into the lower 80s as we head towards the late evening hours, just partly cloudy skies. We'll go mostly clear skies as we go through the overnight. As we head towards tomorrow morning, we'll start off in the middle to upper 70s. We'll work our way into the lower 90s by lunchtime tomorrow, and tomorrow looks like maybe a 20% coverage and maybe a few showers, so maybe not quite as many, but there'll be a couple of showers around. I think for the weekend right now at this point, I'm not going to any rain for Saturday or Sunday, but there could be an isolated shower here or there, but I think the coverage is going to be less than 10% for both Saturday and Sunday. Let's take a look at the tropics. Gulf of Mexico is quiet as far as any tropical activity. Same thing with the Caribbean. There's nothing out there that Hurricane Center is watching. The only real thing on the map is Hurricane Eric. It's way over here. It's pretty close to Acapulco. Winds are at 85 miles an hour right now. It is weakening as it comes close to the Mexican coastline. They're pretty close to, like I said, Acapulco. But that is the only tropical system we have going on in both the Atlantic and into the Pacific Ocean. So it's June. Typically June, we don't see a whole lot of activity, but Pacific's been kind of active, but their hurricane season starts a little bit earlier. And Eric, of course, is the 5th storm of the season in the Pacific. But we'll just keep it quiet here in the Atlantic, the Caribbean, and into the Gulf of Mexico. Let's just do that for the whole season. What do you think? I hope so. Season goes to the end of November, so it's always a long season. All right, let's take a look at our forecast along our coast. A south wind at 10 knots, seas around 2 feet. High tide only 1, and that's at 10:18, so we're pretty close to that. We're coming up on that very quickly here. Our sunset is about 8:20 tonight. Look at the water temperature out in the Gulf, 84 degrees, south winds generally between 10 and 15 miles per hour. And we're seeing a light chop in the lakes and bays. And once again, with those showers coming in off the coast, could see a couple of showers along the coastal waters there. All right, our forecast for today, partly cloudy. We'll go 30% coverage of a few showers here and there. Temperature is going to be there into the lower 90s today, anywhere from around 90 to about 92. As I mentioned, with the humidity out there, we're going to see heat index 101, 102, 103. You'll need to take care out in the heat, especially if you're my age. You're getting up there into the 60s and you're outside. You need to take some breaks into the AC, or at least some shade from time to time, and just give yourself a little bit of a break from the heat and that humidity. As we head towards later on tonight, we're looking at temperatures back down into the middle to lower 70s. Looks like it's not going to be too bad, just very warm and humid as we head towards tomorrow morning. Mostly clear skies. Up towards the lakes, look for a little bit of a south wind, 2 to 5, about 5 to 10 here around the triangle going into tomorrow morning. So not looking too bad overnight into tomorrow. And then tomorrow, once again, we'll see a few of those showers pop up. We'll go about 20% chance of a shower here or there on Friday with a high of 92. As I mentioned, the weekend, we're not calling for much in the way of any rain for Saturday and Sunday. There could be a couple of showers. I won't say it's not going to rain at all this weekend, but there could be a shower here or there, but the coverage less than 10%. So I'm not even going to put that in the forecast. Kerry Cooper's going to update the forecast at midday on NBC and ABC. He might throw in a little bit of a chance for rain over the weekend, but now I'm going to be a little optimistic and say no rain for Saturday and Sunday. But it's going to be hot. 93 on Saturday, 92 on Sunday, so you take care. And then as we go towards Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the moisture comes back, and so do our rain coverages, up to about 40% for Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, this is not going to be the same type of stuff we saw on Monday or the stuff we saw last week. This is going to be more scattered showers, kind of like what we're seeing today out there, but it's going to be a little bit more in the way of coverage, and that's just about it. Some scattered showers here and there. And you notice with some sunshine between those showers, we're still going to reach highs around 90, or like I mentioned, our